waiting, like every single person we've told where we moved the last couple of years, I'm like, it's coming, I promise the stadium's gonna open.
Okay,
That's was the double rate away.
are we all set?
Yeah, as far as like.
But it looked.
Good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Everything about it.
Okay.
I'd like to call the Special Commission of Veterans Affairs to order. Madam Clerk, if you could call the roll call, please.
Chair Juan M. Pachado,
Present.
Vice Chair Joseph Ianucci is absent. Commissioner Anthony J. Alves,
Present.
Commissioner Kasim Yarn.
Present.
There's a quorum.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Before you commissioners, is the agenda. And first item that we have is update relative to veterans exemption in the city of Providence. I'd like to just have a quick brief
Yeah, I can
update on the legislation that we worked on and now is moving through the General Assembly.
Indeed, for the record, Aaron Easter Gardner, with the council staff here. And yes, as you had all surmised, earlier or a couple of months ago, that this would be legislation that would be very much palatable to the General Assembly. It has proven to be so. We've had successful hearings, and I just double checked. And right now, both bills are in the Senate. It's Senate Bill 720, and the House is 5307. They're scheduled to be passed in concurrence, so they're going to be put on the House and Senate consent calendar, and they should pass likely this week or early next week. It just depends on their backlog, and we're very happy about that. And it was very those changes allowed for some of the things that we actually put in our city budget this year. So it's something that probably wouldn't have happened. I'm actually sure it would have happened if we didn't start it here. You all didn't start it here. So good stuff. And thank you.
Right. The committee.
Take our wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
I believe the numbers have been set.
Yes. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me if somebody can correct me, but if I understand it, at the very least, those numbers are going to be doubled from what they were previously.
From what I think I saw, I think it's doubled.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. About 153 to
Right, I think it's
300,
358 or something.
Mhm.
and still go up if we
Exactly.
try to push it a little more.
And I'll make one further comment that, yes, that is the, assumption that what it would be, but as we do move forward in the budget, there still is an option to increase that more because the legislation at the state level gave the city the power to set that by ordinance or resolution. So if an amendment comes in the budget, veterans can get more. So
Right.
it's an ongoing conversation.
So yeah, so that will be up to us and then city council and the mayor to apply more if we wish to, and also what the budget allows for. Well, thank you very much, Aaron, for your work, and also for Tricia Pedrelli for working with Aaron and on this piece of legislation and helping us out with the commission and moving things forward. Anything you would like to add, Tricia?
No, it's just a personal note. It's the first legislation I've ever drafted for state level, so I'm kind of a nerd. I'm excited about that. But,
Very good. We're excited too. We're really putting forward a benefit to veterans, and also, as a result of our effort, also this also impacts seniors in the city of Providence. So that's a plus too. So, and that was one of the things that, at least for our constituency at the local level and the city council, very happy to report to them, but also it's going to be a reflection of this budget. While this budget continues to be a very challenging one financially, but we're going to get through it, and hopefully we can provide a plus to our veterans and also the senior. All right.
What was the timeline for the bills?
So they've already gone through their, the committee process. They've all had, votes out of committee. So timeline wise now is they're just waiting to put it on the consent calendar on both sides. And so literally it could be like, any day that they add it and
Okay.
just vote in and pass it.
I was just wondering if that timeline has any reflection of, say, like the city's budget at that time.
Not at all.
Yeah, well, they will both have to pass before we take action, because once we get the
You
authorization,
have to approve.
then we have to submit our resolution and then authorize us to put it on the in the budget.
Okay, that's why I was wondering if it would happen.
Prior to the budget?
Yeah,
Yes, it will be.
okay.
Yeah, I think that with the timeline that they have set at the General Assembly now, those will certainly, pass both sides before we're finalizing our budget.
Yeah.
And we'll
Way
have
before.
time to,
Way before.
yeah, we can either by ordinance, and one of the budget ordinances actually just, modify, change a line, or the council can just pass an individual resolution stating that, this is the authority that we have. And either way, it would allow us to move forward with that exemption.
Perfect.
And just so you know, I'm sure the director could chime in on this or will advocate for this, is that once this bill is passed on both House and the Senate and it transferred over to the governor can sign this piece of legislation. And when that happens, you all will be invited to. I'm sure that this will be probably one of the bills that the governor and the General Assembly passes for a package of veteran bills.
Hmm.
And
And that can be done at the request of the awardee in terms of where the sponsors.
Exactly.
I would think it'd be a prominent place in the city of Providence. Do we do that ceremonial sign, but bill signing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
And, Chairman,
Interesting.
I could help to, start organizing that to put in the request like now. I think that if we want the governor to do that signing ceremony here, if I could reach out to Rico in his office and see if I can get that set up with your clearance, I can just reach out to him today.
yes, please move forward with that.
Will do.
Thank you. And make sure that other commissioners are aware of and the respective parties are aware of.
Absolutely. Keep everybody.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Moving on, second item for discussion relative to the Memorial Day ceremony on May 23rd, which is a Friday of this year, with Majority Leader Pedro Espinal, which is on Broad Street and Prairie Avenue, also known as the I forget the name of the square now, but I'm sorry.
Albert P. Cahill Memorial Square.
Right. So that's the 23rd, which is the next Friday.
Friday.
So Tricia, would you like to share a little information of that?
Yeah, so basically, we're gonna be doing like just a little shindig to kind of like clean up the square and just, we got some information from archives about Albert P. Cahill as well, which is nice. So he was in the Board of Aldermen in the 1930s. He was drafted into World War I in 1917 and died in 1919 as well. And we're still waiting on some more information from archives, but it'll just be like a little ceremony to, commemorate Memorial Day. In conjunction with Majority Leader Espinal, since that is in his ward.
Do we have a rough timeline for that?
I don't yet. I have to check in with our comms person, Mark, to get the specific time. And then I can get back to you. You can, yeah.
I believe we discussed having it at 10 a.m. That Friday. We can confirm that time. Mark, who is the Director of Comms, is putting things together for that day. Director Yarns, if your schedule allows, we'd love to have you there and other veterans. This is a continuation of memorial squares in the city of Providence that we will never forget. And as you see, this is a soldier that predates many of us. And as a memory, I believe in 2005, I did a similar memorial ceremony there with the Lieutenant Governor back then, Lieutenant Governor Charlie Fogarty. And it's going to be another honor to bring you all there in the corner of Ward 10, which is Majority Leader Pedro Espinal, and my ward, once again, to ensure that our veterans who have served are never forgotten.
Is there an event flyer so I can promote this too? Because what would help us if there's an event flyer for this, I can help promote that through my various contacts.
We would have that for you, what's today, Tuesday? No later than Thursday morning. Sounds
If
good?
I can get that, I can turn around that right away.
Sure.
Yeah, but
If
we'll
we can
make
move
sure-
forward that,
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll make sure we
Right.
send it to all of you.
and a communication with.
It's gonna be
Mark.
at 10 a.m.?
10 a.m.
And we'll confirm that time. It is at 10 a.m.?
I believe it is. I believe it is. But what we'll do is, I'm gonna circle with Mark, confirm that. And I'll send that email confirmation out even before we get the flyer. So you get 2 emails from us.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Any further discussion on that? Very good. Item number 3, discussion relative to the timeline and planning of Flag Day festivities at City Hall for the City of Providence. Commissioner Alves?
So I requested permission, to, hold the, Flag Day celebration here at City Hall. It seems like we are good to go, from the upper echelon. So with that being said, it's just the logistics now. It seems like we will have a person to play the bugle. I am currently working on to see if the Providence Police and the Fire Department could provide some people for an honor guard. If we don't have anybody else. And I can I'll be able to pass out something to committee members as far as how we can plan it, like a timeline of events based off of one I did last year,
Excellent.
but just condensed because we're not gonna do a lot of what we were doing.
And it's gonna be here in front of City Hall,
Yes,
for 2 p.m.
I think the idea, I mean, we just discussed was the corner of Dorrance and Fulton.
Yeah.
And that
At 2 p.m.
square,
Is that still the time?
yes.
Any other discussion? Anything else that we need that day? Just let us know. And
Is-
we'll follow up with it.
So-
I still have a conversation with ROTC at Central High School to see if they could also participate during that day.
So June 14th is a Saturday, so we
Right.
were planning on doing this the 13th.
13th. I was in a meeting or somewhere, I believe, isn't there something, that same day, Director Yarn?
The 13th in that morning, there's a worldwide elder abuse awareness annual breakfast at the Crown Plaza, but that's in the morning.
In the morning, okay.
Yes, sir.
At the State House, is there anything that day?
On the 13th, no, sir, there's
No,
not.
sir.
That's, you're free and clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So that's at 10 a.m., okay,
Yes,
that's
sir. 9 a.m.
9 a.m.? Yeah, all right.
Is there anything else you'd like to
Oh,
add?
but the 14th, though, that's why, another thing, the Gatsby Parade is on the
On the
14th.
14th, which is Saturday,
Correct.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll promote that too. Okay, and so we'll continue working on that, and we should create a flyer for that too. Okay,
Is there anything else you guys want to add as far as maybe groups to bring or like invites?
I can send it out too, based on what you, I was gonna send it out in the same vein that you were sending the other flyer, I was gonna send it out to folks too, but more importantly, I can email you the list of those contact folks.
and
keep them
extend the
away.
invitation
Extend it, absolutely.
from our,
I can give you the list, that way you can go, sensitivities, you can engage that group yourself, I have the list, I can just get it over to you.
we'll send the email via the commission, so that
Yeah.
way they get that
Yeah.
invitation, special invitation.
Perfect.
Great, thank you. Would you send that to Commissioner Alves or to Tricia?
What do y'all prefer, whichever y'all prefer.
You can send it to,
Yeah, let me
Tricia.
give you my.
okay,
You should have it already there in your email.
I
Yeah.
have your- Yeah,
Yeah.
my last name's for stuff.
Send
okay,
it over to me, I was fine. Yeah, I got it.
excellent.
I'll push it over to, I'll see you over the entire list.
Any other discussion on that item? Fantastic. Item number 4, discussion relative to the planning of a Veterans Parade in the city of Providence. Again, just to recap, we talked about having it for Saturday, November 7th. The parade date from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tentatively, a route, the pedestrian bridge Van Leesten pedestrian beach, that area there, that park, to City Hall slash Burnside Park in that area. This is the same day as a water fire. So we still will be working with figuring it out with water fire Veterans Day.
It starts at 4, like the preparation starts, the event starts properly at 4:30, but the prep work starts that afternoon, yeah,
At the
at the water fire.
at the water
Yes, sir.
fire. So plenty of time. Excellent. And then as far as discussing permitting process through the city, I know that perhaps you were gonna look into that a little bit.
Yes, I need to work on setting a meeting up with arts, culture and tourism
Tourism?
to ask questions on process.
Okay,
That way, so I mean, I had made contact in the past. And I mean, there's a lot that goes into it as far as, you know, I mean, there's also a dollar value.
Yep.
That goes with this for security, and whatnot. Then, I have a whole thing of notes.
That's okay.
On this, but
we're still ahead of time.
yeah,
And what I would say is that when you schedule that meeting, I could join you, so that way we can, and we don't have to call a meeting since we won't have quorum. But I wanna make sure that I'm also part of that discussion and see, because then we have to figure out what is that dollar amount.
Mhm.
And we'll have also Tricia with us to ensure that things move along. Sounds good? Any further questions, suggestions on that day? And then we're still ahead of 2026 for that. But we're doing some preliminary work and our due diligence. Last item, discussion relative to the objectives and future topics of the commission. Any other discussion that you would like to bring to my attention or our attention at this time?
there any thoughts on, the committee doing any, outreach to Providence veterans?
Yes, so that's an ongoing process.
I believe, you had like a veterans lunch or something at one point, like it was last year.
Yes. Actually, that was not I, but it was a combination of with the Office of Veteran Services, Director Yarn and Meals on Wheels, and several others. That was done
September.
so, right? So again, we can do the second one. Again, that requires some funding too, as the Director and Meals on Wheels have indicated before. So I'll continue to have that conversation and see how we can make that happen again.
As an aside, we are looking to, starting July 1st, we are revamping rolling out a Veteran Cafe 2.0 potentially. And Providence is perhaps on the list of folks to add to the list, because I know our councilman's request for last year to potentially look at Providence. So we're looking at the feasibility of adding to the list. So your answer might already be coming, not just yet, but it's coming to a theater near you.
Yeah.
So, but Providence is on the list in terms of looking at the feasibility of doing it. We just gotta obviously from a site, time, date, location, that's all factored into the ability for us to get more veterans. We want them to come to this type of event. It has to be at a venue that's well sought after and be known to the community. All those little nuances that we're gonna have a working group just to study, see what the preferred place in Providence would be if we were to do a Veterans Cafe type event like we did last year.
Right.
Gotcha.
And it's been a success in Woonsocket and Warwick.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
can you expand a little bit on that?
No, so what we're doing is that we were targeting our aging population of the group. And so now, based on the success, we want to open up for more veterans just to get information. And taking those successes of other cafes that have been successful in this state as well through the Meals on Wheels lens. And so we're looking at expanding it into other sites in addition to Wesley Woonsocket, looking at other areas in the state based on, footprint, need, and scope. when we do that here too. So that's what we're looking at doing,
Very
just starting July. But like I said, for your Providence is on potentially as a host site.
So out of that, we'll put it still on our radar for September to have that type of luncheon.
Yeah.
We'll figure out what date, but we'll make sure we note it. And that as we continue to work on these events on the May 23rd and June 13th, July, August will be a break, then September picking up. Often I know that we take a break also from meeting. I believe we don't have a meeting in August. And perhaps even in July, but at least in September, we'll pick up having that luncheon for veterans.
Gotcha.
Sounds good. One of the things I wanted to bring to our potential for discussion and perhaps as an idea, I've seen these boxes, mailboxes, and some memorial sites that people can drop off flags. And it was one of those things that I took a picture of it and I said, perhaps in the near future, we can have something here at City Hall or at the appropriate place where people can drop off their flags since they can't burn them anymore, as it was mentioned last meeting. Again, it requires for us as a city to figure out how to get that sort of box here. Just wanted to get your opinion. I know the director may be knowledgeable on those things.
Historically, what we've seen in other communities, they utilize one of the existing American Legion VFWs of the world. The student uses as a project, a senior graduation project, or their senior, capstone projects. And so what we've seen in the space is that those students have taken upon themselves to fundraise, do a project, capstone project, and they put it in a prominent place in the municipality.
Yeah.
So I think this is easily dovetail with one of the schools to partner to develop that. But some of the students, they took it upon themselves to take the initiative to develop a mailbox, if you will.
Yeah.
And they work together, have a ceremony. It's actually very well done, put together, but it starts at the school level and it goes up in terms of them doing a sponsorship as a part of a project.
You just gave me some insight there that I think part of the discussion I could have with Central ROTC.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's easily
Easier
within
projects,
within their wellhouse capability.
Very good.
So
We'll follow up on that.
what is the best
So how it works,
process to
so
when we take the flags to?
So how it works, you develop a central drop-off point. No, it looks very similar to a mailbox, but it takes on the design itself because it's a community engagement in terms of how they're going to design and looking at growth too as well. So based on once that's established, you place it at a prominent location so that folks that have to have a flag, they can just go there, provide guidance and drop it off. Then at the end of the day, in the week, what have you, somebody goes in, retrieves them, packs them away, and at that point, now they hand them over to us at some point at the cemetery. Because we stole them accordingly because we don't have to.
So it goes to the cemetery. Okay.
Eventually,
Gotcha.
at the end of the day, correct. But
Right.
it also talks about the engagement with the K-12 community project, doing the ceremony, and also too, once they're done, it's a focal point now.
Yeah.
For future folks that have a need an issue with a flag, bring it right to
I
them.
mean, that is a
Yeah.
really good need because I think a lot of people just don't know what to do with
Right.
their flags and so.
Yeah,
But by doing this also, by taking this approach, it also lays the foundation now for future Flag Day events. Because wherever they will decide on, you can use that as the going forward move to planning your events going forward, centered around that event that you've established that program.
Yeah, right. And we know there's something that's missing here in the city of Providence, and I think we can make that happen with the high schoolers central ROTC program or others.
Right.
I think that it will be an added bonus so that young people that are serving in the military, they come back. But also those who are serving in the Army National Guard, in the Air National Guard, they have a connection to the local municipality and all of us who have served and continue to serve and want to provide the best services to our veterans and their families. Because we talk about veterans, but it's the extended family because they too we say, right? They too serve too.
Absolutely.
So, thank you very much for that feedback,
Yes, sir.
and we'll make sure that, we move forward on that. Any further discussion? Any other business? Thank you very much for, your participation. I do want to recognize, the wonderful team that we have here. We have, Sherry Petronio. Thank you for being here. Tyler Crowder,
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 Yeah.
Crowder,
Tyler Crowder, yep.
Tyler Crowder, and attorney Arias Perry.
You got it.
Yes, see? Thank
There's no
you.
problem, Ron. There's no problem.
Always. It just takes time, you know? So thank you very much.
Motion
And,
to adjourn.
motion has been moved. Second,
Second.
uh,
Right there,
any
I'll
further
say, yeah.
discussion? Seeing none? All those in favor?